A shifting image of Baltimore, both when it comes to gun violence and when it comes to revitalizing the city. Those are just some of the topics we touched on with Mayor Brandon Scott in an exclusive sit-down. His message for anyone looking to move to Baltimore. An historic drop in violent crime in Baltimore.
A comprehensive violence prevention plan where I said that we were going to reduce homicides by 15% year over year, and people laughed at me, right? And then last year we were able to reduce it by 20%, the largest drop the city's ever seen. And as you and I are talking right now, we're at a 37% reduction on that in homicides and a 36% reduction in non-fatal shootings.
While crediting his gun violence reduction strategy, Mayor Brandon Scott also praised the teamwork that it takes to see the results, from law enforcement agencies to intervention programs to community outreach.
Working together with that community, and you seeing the numbers drop off, because you cannot go into a community and solve this for them. You have to build public safety with them, and that's why these historic partnerships that happen, not just from those that I mentioned, obviously our community violence intervention ecosystem, from Safe Streets to We Are Us, our hospital-based responders, and thankful to the folks at LifeBridge and others who have stepped up to do that great part of the work.
Mayor Scott says the national image of Baltimore has shifted because of these efforts.
We saw the White House say out loud that if people are looking for the best example of gun violence drop in this country and what to do, look to Baltimore. It's because we're doing it the right way, the sustainable way, and we just want folks to know that Baltimore, for once, is now the national example and national leader of what to do when it comes to gun violence.
To mark the progress on improving water in the Inner Harbor, the mayor says he was proud to jump in with a harbor splash.
I'm still alive, everybody, and so it's typical. But I think it's important to note that even yesterday I was down at Rash Field filming a fireworks safety thing, and there was a people, actually you guys' helicopter came over top of us and was like, what are the fire chief and the mayor doing, right? I was actually looking, we were actually looking at schools of fish swimming in the harbor, trying to escape crabs that were in the harbor trying to eat them, right? Like that kind of stuff wouldn't have happened when I was a kid.
In the last couple of years, Baltimore has become a destination for big names at the renovated CFG Bank Arena. Mayor Scott admits there's work to be done to make the arena and other attractions like the Hippodrome more of a destination for a night out.
There are a lot of great restaurants, but we have to have even more. We know that COVID has helped force all downtowns across this world to reshape and rethink themselves, which is why we put out our Downtown Rise plan for how we're going to reimagine what downtown is. A part of that is actually us spending and doing the things that we've done, like with the Boost program and others, to focus on restaurant spaces here in downtown, to have them local-owned folks be able to be there. We're going to continue to make those investments, just like we made into the CFG Bank Arena. People told me I was crazy when we were going to renovate that, and now it's the fourth grossing in the world of its size.
With one term down and a second term in office all but certain, the mayor says that he plans to continue the work, from creating more rec centers to addressing vacant properties and more.
We will be working on building a new Inner Harbor. We're going to see through this process more new schools and ending this issue around air conditioning in schools, because that will be done through those projects through the second term. And we're going to continue to spread the way that we're reducing violence across the city. The group violence reduction strategy will be in all 9 of the police districts, focusing in on that way. We're going to continue to grow our community violence intervention ecosystem. We're going to continue to try to attract and maintain and help grow businesses in Baltimore, tech industries and others. All of that will happen while we continue to reform city government at the same time.
While encouraging people to move to the city, the mayor says to become a real Baltimorean, you have to get to know your neighborhood.
The people there that live there, the people that work there, the people that serve you from the city, from the folks in DPW to the housing folks to the police officers and the firefighters. Learn everybody that exists in your neighborhood, because that will help you succeed in being not just a great neighbor, but a great Baltimorean, which we have to do to tell our own story.